Hi friends, welcome to Dream Big PSC PYQ. Today we are going to analyze economics section of Degree Prelim 2025 PYQ. For more PYQ classes, join with me. Which one of the following concept is also known as national income? A. Gross domestic product GDP. B. Gross national product GNP. C. Net national product NNP at factor cost. D. Personal income PI. Before going to answer, let's understand more about national income and related concept. National income is the total value of all final goods and services a country produces in a year, representing its economic output and health. GDP, gross domestic product, is the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced within a country's borders over a specific time, usually a year or quarter. GNP, gross national product, measures the total monetary value of all final goods and services produced by a country's residents and businesses, regardless of where the production occurs, domestically or abroad. NNP, or net national product, is a key economic measure representing the total value of a nation's final goods and services produced by its residents domestically and abroad minus depreciation, offering a clearer picture of sustainable economic output than GNP. It's calculated as NNP equals GNP minus depreciation. Let me explain the difference between NNP at factor cost and NNP at market price. NNP at market price includes taxes and excludes subsidies, reflecting what consumers pay. NNP at factor cost removes net indirect taxes, taxes minus subsidies, from the market price to show the actual income earned by factors of production, representing the true cost of production and the real national income. NNP at factor cost equals NNP at market price minus net indirect taxes, with net indirect taxes being indirect taxes minus subsidies. So here answer is option C, net national product NNP at factor cost. Next question 17. Which 5-year plan aimed at achieving Garibi Hatao? A. Third 5-year plan. B. Fourth 5-year plan. C. Sixth 5-year plan. D. Fifth 5-year plan. India's 5-year plans were a series of national economic programs implemented from 1951 to 1961, 2017 to promote planned development. First plan, 1951 to 1956, focused on agriculture and irrigation, achieving a growth rate of 3.6% against a 2.1% target. Second plan, 1956 to 61, emphasized rapid industrialization and heavy industries, leading to the establishment of major steel plants. Third plan, 1961 to 66, aimed for a self-reliant economy with a focus on agriculture and industry, but was impacted by wars with China and Pakistan. Plan Holidays, 1966 to 1969, annual plans concentrating on the Green Revolution, which boosted food grain production. Fourth plan, 1969 to 74, focused on growth with stability and self-reliance, including the nationalization of 14 banks and the implementation of the Gajal formula. Fifth plan, 1974 to 1978, prioritized poverty eradication, Garibi Hatao, and employment but was terminated early. Rolling Plan 1978 to 1980 focused on employment and rural development before being discontinued. Sixth Plan 1980 to 1985 addressed modernization, family planning, and poverty reduction and saw the establishment of NABARD. Seventh Plan 1985 to 1990 focused on productivity, food grain production, and employment generation, aiming for self-reliant growth. Annual Plans 1990 to 92 a transition period during a balance of payments crisis which introduced liberalization, privatization, and globalization LPG. Eighth Plan 1992 to 97 emphasized human resource development and industrial modernization, and India joined the WTO. Ninth Plan 1997 to 2002 focused on growth with social justice and equity, targeting primary education and quality of life. 10th Plan 2002 to 2007 aimed to double per capita income and halve poverty, targeting 8% GDP growth and achieving 7.6%. 11th Plan 2007 to 2012 focused on faster and more inclusive growth, and the Right to Education Act was enacted. 12th Plan 2012 to 17 the final plan aiming for faster, more inclusive, and sustainable growth and an 8% real GDP growth. So here answer is option D, 5th 5-year plan. 18. Which of the following statements is true about the composition of NITI Aayog? 1. The Prime Minister of India is the chairman of NITI Aayog. 2. NITI Aayog has a fixed 5-year tenure like the Planning Commission. 3. The governing body of NITI Aayog includes the Chief Ministers of all states. 4. NITI Aayog is an autonomous constitutional body. A. Only 1. B. Only 1 and 3. C. Only 1, 3 and 4. D. Only 3 and 4. NITI Aayog, National Institution for Transforming India, is the premier public policy think tank of the Government of India. Established on January 1, 2015, it replaced the Planning Commission to shift toward a bottom-up model of economic policy making. Core objectives and pillars. Cooperative federalism, fostering a genuine partnership between the union and state governments, recognizing that strong states make a strong nation. Think tank and knowledge hub, serving as a state-of-the-art resource center to provide strategic and directional policy vision. Monitoring and evaluation, assessing the implementation and impact of government programs. 7 pillars of governance. The organization operates on the principles of being pro-people, pro-activity, participation, empowering, inclusion of all, equality, and transparency. Organizational structure as of 2026. The leadership of NITI Aayog includes Chairperson Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Vice Chairperson Suman K. Berry, CEO BVR Subramaniam. Full-time members includes Dr. V.K. Saraswat, Dr. Vinod K. Paul, Shri Rajiv Gauba, Professor Ramesh Chand, and Dr. Arvind Virmani. NITI Aayog is an executive body, not a constitutional or statutory body. It was established by a resolution of the Union Cabinet. So here answer is option B, only 1 and 3. 19. Identify the correct statement regarding tax and non-tax revenue. 1. Tax revenue is collected from both individuals and businesses, while non-tax revenue is collected only from businesses. 2. Tax revenue is collected by imposing compulsory levies, while non-tax revenue comes from government services, fees, and investments. 3. Both tax and non-tax revenue are compulsory payments to the government. 4. Non-tax revenue includes penalties and fines but not interest receipts. A. Only 1. B. Only 2. C. Only 2 and 4. D. Only 1, 2 and 4. Answer is option 2, only B. Tax revenue is collected by imposing compulsory levies, while non-tax revenue comes from government services, fees and investments. 20. Which of the following statements correctly differentiates revenue deficit and fiscal deficit? A. Revenue deficit occurs when revenue receipts are less than revenue expenditure, whereas fiscal deficit represents the excess of total expenditure over total revenue excluding borrowings. B. Revenue deficit refers to the difference between total revenue and total expenditure, while fiscal deficit is only related to tax collections excluding public borrowings. C. Revenue deficit includes capital expenditures excluding borrowings, while fiscal deficit includes revenue and capital expenditures. D. Revenue deficit is the difference between revenue receipts and revenue expenditure, whereas fiscal deficit represents the excess of total expenditure over total revenue including borrowings. Answer is option A. Revenue deficit occurs when revenue receipts are less than revenue expenditure, whereas fiscal deficit represents the excess of total expenditure over total revenue excluding borrowings. Thank you friends for watching. For more PYQ classes, stay tuned.